What's going on, everybody? This is Matt Lupin here with Brian Phillips for another week of Patriots Central Radio, week 2 of the preseason. But the Patriots only played like 50 players this past week, so we're going to treat you with something way better than Patriots-Jaguars talk. We're going to talk about a future Patriots Hall of Famer. We're going to chat with him right now. It's Asante Samuel. He is live on the program. Asante, how are we doing tonight, man?
What's going on? What's going on, brothers? I'm doing good. Just chilling, relaxing. How's everything on y'all end?
Things are going pretty good up here, getting into football season. And like I said, getting to talk with you, it's a real pleasure to have you on here tonight. Thank you first for taking out the time. And how are things for you? A lot of people haven't heard from you in a while up here in New England. How are things for you down in Florida?
Everything is cool. I'm just down here focusing on the next chapter of my life, my kids and things like that. So everything's pretty good, man. I haven't really been back to New England, so somebody need to bring me back up there, man. It'd really be pretty cool to come back up there.
Hey, man, come on back up. You can come and hang out on the show.
I know that's right.
So, getting into some football topics here, you were on arguably the greatest team that ever took the field for the Patriots and arguably in the league in that 2007 season. There are a lot of comparisons being thrown around that team and now this team this year that the New England Patriots have, and people almost expecting them to go undefeated. First off, can you talk to me about that 2007 season and what that was like, week after week to face that pressure? And do you see any comparisons between that team and this team?
First and foremost, Tom Brady is the leader of the team. And with him, I believe in him. I was able to come in fourth season. I think it was his fourth season. I was a rookie, so I was able to watch him young and love the game and prepare and how much he want to win. So in my opinion, with Tom, anything is possible. But comparing the teams, we had an awesome team. We had a lot of talent. I mean, I think it was, in my opinion, the first time Tom had some great, awesome, explosive receivers, that was, beyond explosive. So I think those kind of things made a little of the difference, the different talents, that he had. And, but to go undefeated and to be expected to go undefeated, that's a lot of pressure. Man. That's high expectation. So, I mean, that's tough to deal with.
Now, do you think that this year, the 2017 team, do you think they're as good as you guys were back then, or do you think that pound for pound that 07 team could come in now and beat this 17 Patriots team?
I mean, we was pretty good, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. If I had to put both teams together and we both had Tom and I had to bet, I'd say our team would definitely take it, but it'd be tough.
So just for the record to be straight, 07 better than 17?
07 would win, in my opinion.
All right, love hearing that, man. You talked about some of the explosive weapons on that 07 team. Pretty much every day in practice, you were going up against Randy Moss. Was he the toughest receiver that you've ever had to cover when he was in that zone? Or is there another guy that was a little tougher than that?
All right, so me, I don't really know how to do nothing but tell the truth. So I don't know. I hope nobody don't kill me for this. So Randy Moss, when he came there, he was a little, he might have been in his 9th, 10th year. So people practice a little differently to save their bodies and stuff. You know what I mean? When they get a little older, you know what I mean? And I was able to experience that too. So when he came there, his practice mentality wasn't as aggressive as mine or maybe some of the younger guys. So me, I'm talking shit every day, and I get on your nerves. You know what I mean? And eventually you're gonna want to do something against me. So Coach Belichick would love for me to talk trash, and then one day I was getting on Randy Moss' nerve, and he just said, "Fuck it, son, line your ass up." And he came out there. It was the middle of practice, and him and Tom drew up a play, and he did a slant and go. And he did a slant, and I didn't bite on it, of course. And then he ran to go, and I had my cushion and everything. And I never felt somebody getting up on my cushion so fast. It seemed like his legs was going, every step was taking 5 yards. It was like, whoo, whoo, I could feel him coming. But, it's only so far the quarterback could throw the ball. So, I of course, I picked it off. I slammed it in their face, and Coach Belichick was smiling. But, it's definitely got competitive a lot of the times.
Hey, Asante, it's Brian, man. Thanks. Yeah, like Matt said, thanks for taking the time, man. When you look around the league nowadays, do you see a guy like that reminds you of a guy like Randy Moss? I mean, who do you think is the closest today in today's game?
In today's game with Calvin Johnson not playing no more, Julio, I guess you got to go with Julio. You know what I mean? Get Julio. Julio is very explosive. He's really the total package. I think you can give him a quick pitch out of the backfield. You can give him the ball up the 6-hole, and he can do some damage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Julio is probably that freak of nature type of Randy Moss receiver. And Odell Beckham too. And just because he's not 6'6", 6'4", whatever, but he's still freak of nature at that doing those same type of things.
For sure. So you brought up Tom, and obviously, you guys spent so much time together. Is he the GOAT? Is he the number one on your top three? Give me your top three quarterbacks all time. He's got to be top three. He's got to be your best. Right? He's got to be the best, right?
Yeah, of course he's number one, hands down. I'm gonna go with Steve Young. That's just, I'm gonna give somebody that I was growing up with era. I'm gonna give Steve Young, Tom Brady, Steve Young. I'm gonna give it to Peyton. I'm gonna give the third one to Peyton.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna bring him up. You've got some numbers against Peyton now.
Huh?
You've got some numbers against Peyton, man. You got some. For New England folks.
Yeah, we had some great battles, man. We had some great battles. Those were great games in the snow and all those. They wasn't in our division, but we always end up playing them twice every year.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, so I'm looking at this team's roster. Obviously, they're loaded at the cornerback spot. And a guy, who went through a situation much like yourself, Malcolm Butler, although a little different, him being undrafted and going through restricted free agency and everything. I know you probably get asked about it a lot, but what advice would you give Malcolm, and how do you kind of look at the situation and how he's handling it compared to the way you did? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man, he'll handle his situation however he needs it. I talked to him on Twitter. He don't need no advice, I guess, so he good. So, but how I handle my situation, I guess I spoke about it on Twitter a little bit. So I'm not trying to bash. Me, like I just tell them the truth, man. This is what I'm gonna tell you exactly how it went. Or should I shouldn't talk too much because it's supposed to be coming out of my book. But I'll tell a little bit about it, right?
All right.
Tease the book.
I'm done with NFL. Everybody feel about me how they feel about me, whether they like me or not, whether they're going to try to blackball me from Hall of Fame. I got Hall of Fame better than a lot of Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame, whatever. So this is just me, just telling how my situations went.
For sure.
So, all right, I was holding out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was holding out. And I was holding out. Then I got tired of it, right? So they wasn't really communicating with me, and they didn't care about my age, and they treated him like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So I got fed up, right? So I say, fuck it. I say, forget it. I'm getting on the plane, and I'm leaving, and I'm not telling nobody. Mm-hmm. I bet everybody remember that too. And then, so I finally get on the plane, and then I'm on the plane, and I start hearing little whispers. Oh, Asante's on the plane, this and that. So it didn't really get out. So I finally get to the stadium. Nobody knows I'm coming, right? So nobody knows I'm there. So I walk through the door. First person I see is Tom. Tom's like, hey, buddy, how you doing? Blase. What's up, Tom? Second person is Coach Belichick. He's like, he was kind of surprised because I never told nobody I was coming. You know what I mean? So I'm like, look here. You know what I mean? He's like, you ready to run your conditioning test? I'm like, nah, man, we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so he gave, he was respectful. We stepped in his office and, he gave me time to talk. And basically, I didn't even sit down. I was like, I was so frustrated and fed up, you know what I mean? And I knew my position at the time, you know what I mean? So I was kind of like, man, you know what, Coach? You know me, you know how he know about, the person I am, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sign this franchise agreement. If you don't, I'm gonna sign this franchise agreement. But if you don't agree not to franchise me next time, I'm gonna screw this damn team up. So we need to figure this out. Because my franchise agreement is guaranteed. So I'm going to get my guaranteed money. And I'm still going to act ass on this team. So let's just figure this out so we both don't have to go through this. And he looked me in my eye and he said, you know what? Go home, have your agent call me. I think it was like 2:30 or something. And from 2:30 to about 3 a.m. in the morning, we was just talking about a bunch of nothing for nothing. And then finally got it done after something else.
Damn.
So that's how it went down, man.
Now,
what's that something else that I feel like you just gave us you gave us almost the whole thing. What was that something else that you were talking about?
I'm gonna give you the whole thing. I'm gonna give you this something else too. So me and Scott, and my agent on the phone working it out. They still not really want to give me, fairness of what I feel is fair. So 2:30 in the morning, we still arguing about some little fucking percentage or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, you know what, Scott, you know what? I told my agent, I said, you know what, tell them, fuck the deal. I'll be there in the morning. I'm signing my deal. Fuck all that. And then it's like, no, you know what? I'm sorry, forget it. Let's just get this done. Boom. And then we got it done. So it was like, they drug it out. So we got it done. It's all good.
It worked out pretty well for both sides, and of course 2008 comes around and Philadelphia, puts out they put some commas on it, didn't they?
Yeah, but it didn't have to work out like that. It didn't have to work out good.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a Patriot. It didn't have to be, people. But that's how they run it. People run their organizations differently. So you only can respect what they do. So. I mean,
Asante, there's a lot of Patriots fans who, obviously were a little upset and this and that, but I think true Patriots fans kind of want to see we want to see our guys like you succeed and get that big check, whether if it's with New England or not.
Man. Let me interrupt. Man. You make a good point, man. Like, most of us come from the hood. We come from, a little bit of nothing. You know what I mean? So. Y'all should be rooting for us to help our families and to get out of our situations and to become better people in society. So yeah, like, that was the kind of talks I used to have with people. Like, nobody messing with your money.
That's right.
Why you messing with my money? Why my family got to suffer? You know what I'm saying? So, I appreciate that. Everybody should root for those guys to get what they deserve because. We work hard to try to make it out of our situation. So that's what it is.
For sure.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody sides with the players until it comes to money, and then they seem to turn on you guys a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you were talking about it didn't have to go down like that. Going out of the 2007 season, right? So you guys go into the off season. How close were you to potentially coming back, or after that 07 season, after the sour experience of the franchise tag that you were just talking about, was there no chance you were coming back, or were you working on a contract to come back with the Patriots?
It was never a chance for them to try to bring me back. I mean, it was a chance, but it was an outrageous chance, like probably offering me half of some money that I deserved. So with me, I always wanted to. I don't think nobody ever want to leave where they start off at. You know what I'm saying? And let me back up. Let me say this first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to give respect to the Patriots organization. I never did no formal retirement. I'm probably, never going to do one, whatever. But I got to give respect to Mr. Kraft, Belichick, I hope he hear this, the whole organization, because, you know, I could have got drafted to another team that didn't have the discipline that, you know, Belichick them having. I could have been a knucklehead and my career wouldn't have panned out that way. Me, you know, watching the veterans, the way they prepare, the way they, you know, work hard every day. So, you know, that made me a better man being drafted to that team. So it's helping me today and succeed in life. So I'm forever thankful for that, for the organization, for Ms. Kraft, Belichick, my D coordinator time, Rack. You know what I mean? They believe in me, so salute.
So you know, we don't want this to be a negative conversation. Obviously, like you were saying there, you were a 2-time Super Bowl champion here with the Patriots. You were part of that 03 and 04 defense that people rave about still to this day, call it a generational defense. What are some of your fondest memories of your time with the Patriots, whether it be the Super Bowls or it be something else?
My fondest memories, man. Let me tell you, I'm kind of different. You talking about like just as far as football and the football plays and games and stuff? Okay, I got one memory.
Either or. It can be plays, it can be people, whatever.
I got one. So I was a quarterback my whole life, right? My senior year in high school, we got a different coach, and he changed me to free safety. So then now I play free safety. I do all right. I play corner a little bit. Then I go to college and I play free safety for 1 year. Then I play cornerback. Then I get to NFL. Then my first game against the Jets, my first interception of my life is a touchdown. This is my first touchdown I ever ran for an interception in my life. And when I get the interception and I run to the touchdown, I see all these 80,000, 90,000 people screaming just like they looking at me. And then I come back to the sideline and Willie McGinnis is saying, contract extension, money, baby. And I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? The coach is saying, you got to go back on the field and all this stuff is just happening so fast. I'm tired. And it was just like, wow, like what is all this going on? You know what I mean? So that was like something I never forget, you know what I mean?
What makes it even better is that it was against the Jets, right?
Yeah, it was against the Jets. Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny, man, that's crazy. Yeah. So let's play it for Coach Rat, Coach Romeo Crennel. Obviously, the Patriots are in West Virginia at the Greenbrier practicing against joint practices this week against the Texans. Romeo Crennel, the assistant head coach there and defensive coordinator. Talk to us about Coach Rack, man. How was it playing for him?
Man, I love Coach Rack, man. Coach Rack loves me too, man. Let me say, whatever situations I went to, you know what I mean, inside, people from the outside don't know, but he is one of those guys that believe in me. I mean, he just believed in me. He loves me, man. So big up to Coach Rack. Coach Rack, we had a great relationship. I had a great relationship with everybody. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to make it seem like anything was bad, but yeah, Coach Rack was one of those people that believed in me, and big up to him.
Man, that's cool. So, I mean, just looking at, and again, we're here with, 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Asante Samuel. 4 Pro Bowls, man, but I'm looking at the numbers. What happened in 2006? 10 interceptions, leading the league, not even a Pro Bowl vote? Come on.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Now we talking. Now we talking. We want to talk about it. Yeah. Now we talking, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you tell me why that happened like that. They supposed to reverse that and make me a Pro Bowler. Well, actually, let me give credit when credit is due. Coach Belichick, I think what we did, lost the Super Bowl, went to the AFC Championship that year. Coach Belichick ended up being the coach at the Pro Bowl that year. You know what I mean? So they ended up getting me to come, and I turned it down. You know what I mean? But I turned it down because I wasn't selected. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I felt like, you know what I mean? Like this is some bullshit y'all just trying to make. But whatever coach did, he made it happen for me. So that was big up to him. But why wasn't I selected? You know what I mean? I'm tied in the league for interceptions. Y'all talking about this guy, supposed to, Champ Bailey, I think it was at the time, supposed to be up for defensive player of the year. Y'all ain't even talking about me. Y'all just want to act like what I'm doing is not even happening.
Right.
It's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, they try to treat me like what I was doing was a joke. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Hindsight. But it's all good.
So, I mean,
no first team All Pro, none of that stuff. That's crazy.
Right, and then the very next year, obviously, everything kind of came together from all the accolades standpoint. You know, you got the Pro Bowl, first team All Pro, the whole thing, and then 4 straight years selected to the Pro Bowl. I mean, were you the best corner in football at the end of the 2000s?
Yeah, you know what? And I got facts. This is facts. This is not like stuff I'm talking about. How do you rate the best corner that ever played the game? You know what I mean? How do you do it? Because if you want to rate it, you go by what do you want to go by? Rating numbers. You want to go by interceptions. I got the record for the quarterback rating for the single season, right? Or whenever they started grading it, it was 31.7 by Pro Football Focus. You know what I mean? 41 attempts, 17 catches for 192 yards, or something like that, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you rate the best player that ever played football? They say a lot of players that played wasn't thrown at. That's a lie. You go watch any of those players' games, they've been thrown at just as much as, probably more than me. You know what I mean? But they didn't talk about that with me. Chris Collinsworth, when he came to me in Philadelphia that year, when I had that record-breaking season, single season quarterback rating, whatever it was, he said it in the production meeting. You're the most feared guy in football right now. But he wouldn't say that on national TV. He would just talk to me about it. He wouldn't say that on national TV, you know what I mean? But
do you think that's kind of the whole defense? Anytime you're a standout defensive player for the New England Patriots, you think you get overlooked a little bit because of everything that's going on the other side of the football?
Yeah, I think you get overlooked because the world is a dick riding world. So whatever they talking about on TV and marketing and stuff like that, that's what the people like to jump on. You know what I mean? You market yourself and whatever, however you're doing, people judge you for that. So in New England, you're not really marketing yourself. Like, it's not about you, it's about the team, and you know that's the thing over there. So you ain't really, and I'm not that type of guy anyway. I didn't really want to talk. They knew I talked to the media only really 10% of the time. Like, that wasn't my thing. I just really wanted to play ball. I just wanted the media to respect what I was doing for what I did. Everything they said bad about me, I made them look, I proved them wrong. I was a system guy when I left New England. I was a cover 2 guy when I left New England. Then I go to a team that don't even know what Tampa 2 is. You know what I mean? That's playing straight man-to-man. So what do y'all got to say now? You know what I mean? So all my career was I was just proving people wrong. I even had Rod Woodson had to come up to me and apologize afterwards for saying I was a system corner or all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because he said it on national television, but he didn't go back and apologize on national television. But it's all good.
So you talk about all these.
My numbers don't lie.
No, they don't.
Right. Yeah. So the numbers don't lie here. 51 career interceptions. You have the PFF best single season as a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Here on the show, we were talking about it before, and we have you in, whether it be borderline or anything, into the Hall of Fame. Give your case for whoever the Hall of Fame voters. What would be your case? What's your defining moment as a Hall of Famer? Why do you think you should be in over some of these guys that have gotten in recent years?
Because we're gonna compare the numbers to the guys that you guys selected in the Hall of Fame already, and look at them. Okay, some guys might have played 15 years and got 53 interceptions or 54 interceptions, or 16 years. Yeah, some people played corner, some people played safety. I played straight corner, and I got 50 picks in 10 years actually. My 11th year, my last year, they drafted 2 corners first, second year round corners or whatever, and of course they wanted to get him in. So I played started 3 games, and I didn't even play no more. So I got 1 interception. So I got 50 picks in 10 years actually, and it takes most corners how many years to get 50 picks? 12, 13, 14 years. You know what I mean? I have 2 Super Bowls. I have the record for the playoff and interceptions, which was held by a Hall of Famer, Willie Brown. It was a Hall of Famer. I broke the Hall of Famer record. I have the record for the single season. I've been the lead. I led the league in interceptions 2 times. What more do you want to do? Champ Bailey, they talking about him. I don't like to call people name out, but I'm going to talk about it. Champ Bailey, that's the next Hall of Fame corner that they say is up. Compare our numbers. Everything I just said is true. I have Super Bowls. I have records. So, you can be voted to the Pro Bowl all you want. That's a popularity vote. You know what I mean? You ain't going by numbers. You ain't going by the real. You know what I mean? So, go by the real numbers of the history of our career and put me in the Hall of Fame where I need to be.
That's right. I mean, you heard it first, everybody. From the man himself, he's got the numbers. He's got doing it in multiple systems. He's got the wins. He's got the ring. He's got it all. So,
Asante, when you get in, make sure that the three of us get to come to the ceremony.
That's right.
I gotta remember y'all. Because I don't do much interviews. Y'all know y'all just lucked up and I was feeling good today. And
for sure, man.
Do my interview.
Like we said, we for sure appreciate it. I wanted to touch real quick before we let you go, kind of because there's a lot of situations going on, especially today with the NFLPA and the NFL with this Zeke situation and everything. And I wanted to get your opinion kind of on the CBA negotiations coming up in the future in 2020, when we all know it's kind of a give and take process. If I were to put a couple of options on the table, I want to know what you think the players would think would be the most important. Would you, if you could only pick one, would you take removal of the commissioner's power to assign all suspensions and all conduct policies? Would you take more guaranteed money, or would you would you take keeping the schedule the same and eliminating some of the preseason?
I got one that's tied.
All right.
And the tie is fire the shit out of Roger Goodell. Get his ass so far away from the NFL that he can't even watch that shit no more. Get his ass so fucking. That's number one, and get them boys some guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
So you obviously, with that statement, you probably have some strong feelings about what happened around here in Deflategate, I assume.
Yeah, man. Just period. I was one of the guys that met with that guy, man, and in Philadelphia when he came and taught different teams. That guy, man, he's an airhead.
I think you're gonna find a lot of folks agreeing with you up here. You know that.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, man, and it's a lot of crazy stuff, man, going on in that league. But that's just part of business, though, Hey, but before y'all go, we got to talk about the Super Bowl when the so-called that we lost that season. We got to talk about that because they blame me for that game, or they don't blame me, but whatever about the catch. So we got to talk about that. You took the
words out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to ask you about that. Lay it on us. Give us the facts, man.
All right, here you go, man. So I know it's left a very salty taste in the Patriots nation because that was the last game. That was the last thing y'all saw of me, that game, and we didn't win. Then I was going to another team. But I don't know. Let's be the judge of it. I know everybody used to me picking off balls left and right and catching easy ball. Everybody, it was so easy to say, oh, drop the ball, Asante dropped the ball, whatever. But could I really have caught that ball and still got 2 feet down? You know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? You know what I mean? It would have been very tough. I would have had to jump a little higher, and gravity probably would have took me somewhere. I don't know. You know what I mean? It was very tough.
So at that
I landed when I came down from dropping the ball. I only landed on 1 foot, so it was all tough.
Right, and obviously, things are going so fast. At that point in the game, though, does the kind of the Super Bowl, the aura of it all, that's all gone by that point. I mean, at what point in the Super Bowl does that kind of wear off and you're back into just game mode and everything's kind of the same and everything's back to normal? Or does it ramp back up towards the end?
Say that again?
So like when you're in the Super Bowl, you start out and things are going pretty fast. From what we've heard, it doesn't really feel like the game. But at what point does that kind of wear off? And or does it never really wear off? Does it feel like a different game when you're playing in the Super Bowl?
We lose him? Asante, you there?
I think we lost him.
Oh, look what you did, Brian.
I think we lost him. Hold on. I don't know how to get him. Hold on. Let me try to get him back, but it's going to be tough.
While we're trying to get him back here,
wow.
Brian Phillips, let's talk about this. Asante Samuel. So, fire Goodell.
Woo.
Brady's the best of all time, but Steve Young is number 2.
Woo.
The whole 2:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. contract talks with Bill Belichick going sour.
Matt, hold on. I'm going to get him back on. He's calling in, so I'm going to get him back on.
Perfect.
We'll go straight back to him. We're live, everybody. Live as live can be.
Hello?
All right.
Yo, what's up, Sunday?
Yeah, that was my bad.
It's all good.
I thought you got angry with us.
No. Let me know when y'all get back ready.
Yeah, we're good, man. So, I mean, just tell us about, we were kind of talking about this, the catch, the play. Obviously, right after your play is the David Tyree catch. I mean, things got crazy there. But I kind of wanted to just get your thoughts on when you're in the Super Bowl, does it feel the same as a regular game, or is there points where that kind of wears off? Or, I mean, what is your mindset there?
Yeah, I think once the kickoff starts, then all the lights flash and all that stuff, then it's showtime, it's game time. So you play ball after that. You know what I mean? And I mean when the pressure points come of the game, it's just like any other game leading up to the Super Bowl. It's like, hey man, Super Bowl's on the line, like, let's go. Put it all on the line. You know what I mean? So you know the importance of the game.
You can only imagine being, down 28-3 then in the locker room of the Patriots. How when you're watching that second half, obviously you of course saw it. I mean, what were you thinking watching the second half of this last Super Bowl?
Oh man, this last Super Bowl, I'm sitting here with all my friends. It was 28-3, right? I think it was all the way. It was already in the third quarter, right? And it was still 28-3 or something like that.
Yeah, about 3 minutes left. Yeah, 4 minutes left. Yeah,
so all my friends, they was betting on the game, so they was like, oh, they money good, this and that. Like I say, I like, man, this you cannot count Brady out. You cannot count Tom Brady out. I say the only thing I'm gonna tell y'all is it might not be enough time for him, but do not count him out. And boy, I be damned. That my friend was sitting here looking so sick in the face, man, and they was crazy because he's a diehard Atlanta fan since he was a kid. So he just thought he had a Super Bowl.
Oof. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So Asante, I wasn't going to go there, but since you went to the your play there and the response to it, did that response from fans, did that sour you at all towards New England fans? When you left, and if so, has that kind of subsided? Are you going to eventually come back to New England? We both, as I said off the top here, I think you're a Patriots Hall of Famer, pretty locked in there. But will you be back in New England? Have you embraced the fans again? Have they embraced you again?
Yeah, I think the fans, like I say, I think they embraced me a little bit, but I think they got a salty taste about the way it ended. They feel, we lost the Super Bowl and I was gone, so it was like, I never really got any a good ending from them. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I don't have no problem coming back. Yeah, I embrace New England. Nobody don't reach out to me. Nobody ever asked for me to come nowhere. None of that stuff. So I'm not sweating it or anything like that. But yeah, man, I love New England. Of course, man, I love New England. No problem with me.
So next year when our producer Brian,
I need to come back to give me some seafood. Clam chowder or something.
Our producer Brian Harrington does a nonprofit event. Next year we're gonna have to have you up here for it. We can get you back to the stadium, do a little live podcast. How's that sound?
We'll see how it goes. Let's go.
So you gotta have one like Belichick soft side moment for us, like Bill's funny side. Lay one on us.
Y'all know, y'all heard me talk about the soft side. Y'all seen that before. Why y'all making me talk about the coach like this?
Man, because we love when we get.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm just gonna repeat the soft side that's already out here in the article. This is the soft side. You know, coach is mean, not mean, but he just, you know, business is just how it runs. So ain't no smile, ain't no giggling, this and that. So after this one game, I can't remember where we at. He got a new girlfriend. And everybody like, look, and they holding hands and walking out the tunnel. And all of a sudden, he just not really tripping about the team no more like that. Like, everything is loose and everything is cool. And that was it when he got that girlfriend, man.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think we've got Matt's.
Right, so Asante, we're.
What you say?
Yeah, Matt's kind of cutting out on us a little bit here, but I wanted to. So you're transitioning to the next chapter in your life. You're talking about watching your kids. I know your son. Did I see he committed to Florida State?
Right. Yeah, he committed to Florida State.
Man, what's that like watching your son growing up balling like he is? He's a senior now, right? So he's committed to. He's gonna be a freshman next year.
Yeah, he'll be a freshman year. Yeah, man. You know, it's awesome. You know, it's a great thing, man. You know what I mean? Just, you know, hope everybody keep the head on straight. But it's definitely awesome, man, to watch your kid and your seed blossom and doing this thing and all that stuff. But you know, it's more to life to that. But that's all good.
For sure. You see him kind of some of yourself in the way he plays?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, they had to teach him the technique, teach him how to go get that ball. So you got it in him, of course.
Man, he's got a pretty good mentor in that sense. That's for sure. Then.
Right. You seen the other kids going to get the ball out there like that with all these football players with sons that out there? No, so my kid go get that ball though. He go get that ball.
There we go. Patriots 2021 first round draft pick.
Oh Lord, I don't know if he would like that. You know, it's gonna be hard for him though. If he want to go to NFL to avoid teams I played for, so he don't have to hear them talking about me, I guess.
For sure. So, when you look around the league, you see anybody that reminds you of you a little bit? Any other corners around the league?
A little bit, but they, you know, like people like to say, I don't like to speak on people too, you know, really don't like to speak on people at all. But they like to say that I gamble, I double move, all this stuff, but it's not true. Y'all don't see why I have gave up a double move before, mostly in preseason games, of course, but that ain't I don't give up double moves. Like I said, I got the record for the passing rate, you know, balls ain't throwing at me. But the guy, Marcus Peters from Kansas City, he breaks on the ball pretty good. He sits a little bit, and, you know, he get caught a little bit slipping and all that, but he's definitely a game changer. But I would like to see him give up less passing yards, and you know what I mean.
If you're a defensive coordinator or a defensive backs coach, are you coaching all your guys up to kind of be a little bit, you know, take some risks here, calculated risks, or do you like those guys kind of sitting back?
No, it's just it's all about the technique. I'm going to teach you technique, and the technique is going to take you to the ball. It's not about a risk. It's about the technique is going to take you to the ball. It was never a risk. It's never a risk. Every time you see me break on the ball, you go back and watch tape. Every time you see me break on the ball, it's called a 3-yard cushion. A cornerback is supposed to have from a receiver when he's playing off cushion. Never let him get on your 3-yard cushion. I'm always 2-3 yards in front of the receiver when I break on the ball. That's not gambling. That's not sitting on a route. That's technique. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Matt, you back?
Asante, you got me here? Sorry about that. My video was cutting out a little bit.
All right, Matt, you back. Come on, baby.
I'm back. So, you know, we've spent a lot of time talking about, obviously, your career here in New England, this being a Patriots show. When your career came to a close, both in Philly and Atlanta, what was that like, you know, transitioning away from these teams and then eventually transitioning away from the league Can you talk about those experiences and how they differed from your time in New England?
You meaning like transferring teams and then not being in the league no more?
Yeah, so, the transition from Philly to Atlanta and then, being out of the league after Atlanta.
Or you want me to start from New England to Atlanta or start from Philly to Atlanta?
From Philly to Atlanta, sorry.
All right, from Philly to Atlanta, yeah. So going from Philly to Atlanta, it was kind of like it was another one of those things where, I'm being traded and I'm being whatever for whatever reason, because of my mouth, because of a situation with my mom, whatever. I'm being treated this way. I'm being traded when I just had a record-breaking year the year before, and you brought a corner here who y'all thought was best in the league, but until he played on the opposite side of Asante, then you really see what's happening, because they're not going to be throwing the ball at Asante. So that was kind of like, that's for Philadelphia fans, they're really hurt beyond measures. Like, you come give this team this awesome player, man, he does these awesome things for us, and then you just get rid of him for no reason and leave us with this. So that kind of hurt me, that I was not like able to finish out with them. You know what I mean? So, but going into Atlanta, I love Atlanta. Coach Mike Smith, Thomas Dimitroff, that whole staff, it was great, man. It's great city, great atmosphere. It was wonderful.
Hey, man, I know that group done there pretty well. I interned with the Falcons back in 2010, so we didn't get to cross paths, but I know that was a good crew down there.
Oh, nice. Hey, another thing for my Hall of Fame voters. Y'all hear me? You can hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Every team I played for, I made them better. In Philadelphia, you look at the defense, you look at we going to the playoffs, even though they were going to the playoffs and all that, but we still went to the NFC Championship. Now I go to Atlanta, Mike Smith. He never made it past the first playoff game. Now I get there, we make it to past the first playoff game in the NFC Championship, and we make it 10 yards away from the Super Bowl. So let them know.
You had 7 picks in the postseason too.
7, oh yeah, of course. 7 picks in the postseason, 4 for touchdowns, which is the record. Yeah,
2 Super Bowl rings. You heard him. Come on, Pro Football Hall of Fame voters. You heard him.
What corners got those 7 picks in the playoffs? I show up in big games, baby. When it's big time, when I show up.
Asante, speaking of big time, 80s Nation, talking about big time brand of yours. Tell us about the brand. Tell us about what people can get.
Yeah, man, 80s Nation, man. Y'all check it out, www.80snation.com, man. It's a lifestyle brand. Just showing y'all a little swag and my little creative thoughts, and it's basically the OGs, the older, we call it OGs in the hood. The older people just, it's a lifestyle brand, and we just want to help mentor the younger people, and that's what it's based about. You know what I mean? Coming from where we come from, a lot of people misguided and misunderstand what life's supposed to be about, and we just want to help them understand that.
I might have to get a pair of those flip-flops, man. Those things are pretty legit.
Hey, they the most, once you put them on, you will never want to take them off. They're the most comfortable flip-flops known to man. They are crazy comfortable.
I might have to get me a pair. All right, Asante, before we let you go, we appreciate all this time. Is there anything that we didn't get to that you want to get off your chest here? Or you want to let fans know? Do you want to promote anything? Just kind of an open mic for you before we let you go.
Nah, that's it, man. Just salute to the whole Pats Nation, man, and y'all know, man, do y'all thing. I'm always rooting for Tom, man. So as long as y'all got Tom, I'm rooting for Tom all the way. That's my guy. Tell Tom I say what's up. Tell Tom you better say what's up back to, in the TV screen or something, the radio interview. Give me a little shout out, Tom.
We'll pass it along.
Got it, man.
All right, folks, that is 2-time Super Bowl champ, former All-Pro, former Patriots superstar, future Patriots Hall of Famer, and future NFL Hall of Famer. If you ask everybody here on the phone, Asante Samuel. Asante, thank you so much for taking out the time tonight. some of the great stories, some of the great memories here from New England. We really appreciate your time.
All right. Appreciate it.
I mean, we'll get you back on soon.
All right. Sound good.